Alright everyone, so today is the Medicare Meeting update, and I kind of wanted to just talk a little bit about how I guess you can be a better agent, be a better professional, and be a better kind of just all around Medicare agent and a consultant. One of the things that I'm going to be talking about, or one of the many things I'll be going over today, are going to be not specific to Medicare, but more specific to yourself as a professional. So one of the things that I kind of do is I read a lot. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I read a lot of books. Let me go grab my book that I most recently been reading. So here's one book that I read, Power of the Subconscious Mind. I also read this book here, You Are the Placebo. I have a lot of this guy Joe Dispenza's books. He is a chiropractic doctor. Basically, he believes in the power of your subconscious mind and how to kind of reprogram it to get you out of your body's kind of homeostasis. And when the body's in homeostasis, even if that homeostasis is negative, it's gonna try and keep you that way. You can think about it as like if you're trying to diet, your body, and you think it's your mind, but that natural tendency to not eat well and then to indulge and then to feel guilty, that's all your body actually trying to prevent you from doing what I guess you, the conscious you, wants to invoke change. And that's one of the things that I do a lot of, is I do a lot of reading. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some books that I think you guys should read. As you can tell, I'm not super scripted or prepared for this. I just kind of thought that, there's a lot of data that we've been having to do, right? Test taking, we have new plans coming out. So I want to kind of suggest take a mental inventory of how you guys are just doing, because that's primarily the most important thing is how we are doing. So those two books kind of teach you to look inward and to really figure out what it is you want, and then how to change if you want to change. And anyone can change. The author of that book I talked about, Dr. Joe Dispenza, he actually was in a horrible car accident. He was riding a bicycle and he got hit, and the doctors told him he needed surgery, and he said, no, I'm just going to heal my own body. And he healed his own body without surgery, I'm sure he was on medication to prevent the pain, but he was told that he had to get surgery to walk again, and he's standing, walking, and talking now, and he's in his I think he's in his 50s or so. So he is definitely someone who used the power of his mind to heal his own body. He is not talking spiritually or mystically or anything like that. He's just talking about your actual body's true kind of way to manifest healing by itself. Now, what are other books that I am going to recommend? I'm going to recommend 4 books. I'm going to try and put them on the screen so you can actually see them. The first book is The Psychology of Money. The next book is The 4 Agreements, Atomic Habits, and Start With Why. Now, a few of these books I'm sure I've already recommended to you folks, but I can't stress enough, those are really important books. I myself have a library on my phone, I don't know if my phone ever get it, of over 55 audiobooks that I read. I have a program where I get a new audiobook every month, and I also have Kindle Unlimited, where I can read books on there as well. And I also purchase books. We have a nice big Barnes and Nobles nearby where I live, and I go there at least once or twice a week to go and kind of get ideas on what I want to read next. That's one thing. Okay, so the other thing is financially. So a lot of you folks have, or I would think that that I used to be a financial planner. I have my securities licenses, I have my Series 66 and my Series 7 license. And one of the main things that I went to school for was because I knew when I graduated high school that we wouldn't get the opportunity to learn how to do our own finances unless I went into finance. And someone when I was in high school told me that the best thing you can do is to study and learn about finance, because that's money. One thing, and Folks, you have all seen this before, but if you sign up for Webull using the link by this today, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, you'll actually get a really good deal. And here's on the screen, shows you what the deal is. It's no worries about, fraud or anything. I personally use this to trade everything and to just have regular investments. You don't need to use it to trade. If you need help after you sign up, let me know, because I'll have tutorials on exactly how to do it on your phone, and if you need to on the desktop. But the phone's easier. This is a mobile kind of targeted brokerage, so it has a lot more functionality on the phone. But that's for financial. So we got the kind of self-improvement, we've got the mental aspect of that, self-improvement, financial aspect. And again, you can literally, you put in $1 and you can get at least $34. That's like the best investment ever, right? ROI wise, $1 for $34. If you could do that all day, I'd be doing that all day. But you only get one chance when you open up a new account. Just go ahead and do that before Sunday. So you're watching this video on Friday, make sure you do it. Links are in the email and linked below in the description. Okay, so other things that you need to be ready for during AEP that doesn't include the data of test taking and the tests. You need to make sure that you have, if you're going to be going out talking to people, you need a reliable bag. You also need a reliable computer, right? You need a mouse if you're going to use mouse. You also probably are going to need some kind of, thermos. I don't know what the right word is, like a tumbler for water if you're going to be out. And you're also going to need whatever it is that you feel you're going to need to be professional, like a bag, a suitcase. I always had my laptop bag that I carried around. I don't even know where it is now because I don't. Oh, here it is. My handy laptop bag that I've had for probably 4 years now. You're going to need a printer to print out things. You're going to need, kind of books, like journal books. So I myself, I think I mentioned before, this is my go-to. I have 4 or 5 of them actively that I use, and when I fill out all the information, when it's all done and I don't need it anymore, I throw it away. A lot of times these are just books to notate my thoughts. So those are all kind of things that you're going to need. Also, health-wise, you need to program in when you're going to exercise, if you exercise or you start exercising, right? When you're going to eat healthy foods. What are you going to eat? What do you enjoy eating? If you are short on time, what are some things that you can either prepare early or things that are quick, meals that are quick? Like for myself, I know that I cook on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So on those days, depending on my schedule, I'll either, if I have time, I'll go to Walmart and buy whatever's on sale, because I'm a budget freak, so I look for the great deals, right? Or I look for something that I know is going to be an affordable, quick to make meal. Sometimes it's as simple as like just regular chicken in the oven, or if I have time, I'll make ribs like I did the other day. 3 hours in the oven. Takes a little bit of time because you gotta pat it down, dry rub, foil wrap. Takes longer than like just baking chicken, right? So be prepared for those things. Think about those things now, so that when it's time for AEP, you have no questions in your mind. Like it's never like, well, what's for dinner now? That's what we're gonna do. You have a list of like 10 things that are easy, budget friendly, fast. You do them, right? Dinner's done. Lunch is done. And I know it sounds crazy, but all of these things make a huge difference when it comes to just having your entire mental well-being set up when you are here, because I'm already feeling it. I'm going to have a lot of people asking about a lot of plans, and unless everything that I have in my entire, I guess you'd call it, orbital vicinity, right? Family responsibilities, cooking, health, mental clarity. Unless all those things are in line, it's going to be difficult for me to manage it, especially with, the potential of a new plan on the Big Island, new plans on Oahu. We're going to have a lot of these things just kind of coming up, and we have to be mentally clear so that we don't make mistakes. Now, everyone's human, everyone makes mistakes, but we need to put ourselves in the position to be very, very ready for all that. So, if you have any questions about anything I talked about today, let me know and get back on the email. Number 1, get your reading. Read something. If it's not the books that I recommend, read something. Fiction is fine. Just get your mind kind of out of the construct that it's currently in into new things. I like self-help books. That's what I typically read. I read a lot of them. I read a lot of different kinds of books to kind of better yourself and also to think outside the box. That's just me. Whatever you want, you can read. Do click on the links though, because Audible has a great deal where they give you a month for free. You can always cancel it when you're done if you don't want to keep going, but it's a good deal, and it kind of forces me to kind of like, hey, it's the new month. Did you read the last book? Well, you get another book, so make sure you get on it. Also, Kindle, if you don't have Kindle Unlimited, the books, I'll be honest, the books on Kindle aren't the greatest. I always end up having to buy a book versus having it, free on the Unlimited. So it might be a good idea to look for books physically. Personally, I'm crazy, so I have the audiobook, and I actually also buy the physical copy so that I can listen to it and read it at the same time. It does cost a little bit more, but I feel like the information actually gets to me and gets absorbed, so I do it that way. You can go look at the books that I recommend also down below. I have links for all of that. Webull. If you don't have a Webull account yet, sign up. This is the best deal they've ever had. Usually you have to deposit at least $100, and they only give you like 2 to 4 free stocks. Now they give you 2 to sign up and 4 if you deposit just $1. So that's a great deal. It does go away though at the end of this month, so that's on Sunday. Start it. You can set up your ACH. Again, it's safe. I do it on your phone. That's the best way to do it. You can download the app, and that's kind of how I do it. It's good for you. Use the same link for yourself, your spouse. I don't think it can be open up for any kids under 18. I think you have to be 18 and older. But that's going to be really good for you to kind of get you started in thinking at least about investing financially in yourself so that you can one day either retire or at least have some money on the sidelines. Like for myself, I love it. We can learn more about it together if you want. Again, like I said, I was a financial planner. I'm not going to give financial advice, but I can tell you guys exactly what I'm doing. Lastly, if you want anything from Amazon, check on what I recommend down below. It's what I used to use. It's what I currently use. Like for my mouse I got for like $5. It's wireless. It just has a little thing, just plug in, super fast. I also have this little boombox thing here. This is for when I used to do seminars to play the videos. I have a headset. This is what I use to make sure that whenever I'm doing something that's important and I need to be focusing, listening, noise cancels out everything else. And that's pretty much my go-to. Oh yeah, and the composition books. I buy these in bulk. I run through about 10 of them every year. So I buy like 15, 20 of them at a time. And depending on how much I write and how much I think, they all go too. So that's it. You guys have a great weekend. I didn't want to stress you guys out with any more technicals or anything like that. It's just a fun video for you folks to kind of get some things squared away, think about things. Oh, yeah. Also, the healthy stuff. How could I forget? I'm on this new health kind of thing, so I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier, be more cognitive of what I'm eating, and also be more cognitive of exercising. I most recently got myself a treadmill, or my wife, myself, and my stepson, we pitched in. We bought this big treadmill. I'll link that too. And then we also got some weights from our sister-in-law, so we're trying to get better. All kind of stuff going together. But anyway, again, way longer than I thought. Have a good one. I'll talk to you guys later.